Hey everybody, La Fontaine back. I bought myself a Christmas present. I'm sure you saw it in the last video. 1960 AMC Rambler American with the 3.2 liter 196 inline 6. 3-speed transmission, the 3 on the tree. And it was a lot worse than the guy lit on, and I bought it in the dark. So I didn't really know what I had until tomorrow morning. So we're still here with Bird. The Ford needs wheel cylinders, brake hoses, and the main fuel rail. The rail and the hoses I have, wheel cylinders are on their way, and then the Ford should be done. That will get another video update when the parts arrive. As for the Rambler, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's all here. It's a very nice little car, but yeah, I kind of got took on this one. So, but 1960 AMC Rambler American, no radio, just a heater, wipers, ignition. Yeah, it's a basic 101 entry level, but I got a few things figured out so far. I only had one brake light working. This one kind of does what it wants. I do have some loose wiring. The lock cylinder is missing for the trunk. I can still pop that with a screwdriver because you gotta love old cars. Aftermarket gas cap. I am going to look for the original steel, which is that chrome disc. But it's a few different shades of burgundy and black. It looks like someone's tried doing touch-ups over the years. But I have worked on it a little bit here and there in the last 2 days. The interior is all just, gutted. But it is a garment hook, so you could hang your suit after you got done with work. The original back seat is still here. I can get that reupholstered. Both of these massive back side windows do roll down. I am not going to open those because I don't know what shape the window tracks are in or what shape the seals are in. So at the moment, I'm going to leave well enough alone until I can guarantee myself parts. So at the moment, I am filling my brake fluid. And I know it was a design in the 60s. It worked, I guess. We have to peel back the carpet, take 3 screws out of the floor, get in there with a wrench and socket, get that little cap off, and then not dump any sand or dirt, mud into your reservoir. Just personal opinion. I think that's a poor idea. But I was just under the car. I got the entire front axle greased and lubed. I just filled all of the gear oil in the transmission, greased my linkage, and now I'm going to move the jack to the rear axle and see how low that is. I know the pinion gear, or the pinion seal I should say, going into the back of the drive shaft is weeping a little bit, because just in the half a mile that I've driven it, my back axle is wet. So it's got a pretty substantial drip. I do have all of the chrome on the front. That's all still here. Found the Rambler American emblem for the fender on eBay. That is a plastic aftermarket blinker cover or turn indicator cover, whatever you want to call it. That one I am terrified of touching because it's just going to break and fall out like this one did. I found new old stock Rambler clear glass indicator covers on eBay as well. So I can obviously still get some parts, but I think there are going to be a few that I'm going to get hung with. Cleaned up my engine bay a little bit. The previous owner did a 12 volt conversion, and I've just got, looms of wire just running everywheres, and like every wire is spliced or cut or nicked purple to green, then it comes white on the other side. So it's like, no wonder why nothing doesn't work or talk to the gauges, because half of it's probably not getting a signal. But I'll get to it, working on it one part at a time. Brand new radiator, belts need to be replaced, new battery cables, new alternator line. The live for the starter does need to be replaced, as well as the gasket for the carburetor. So that is just barely weeping. So as long as you don't goose it, it doesn't spray fuel all over. I did clean up the passenger side of the motor a little bit. Just took an air gun and blew out all the rings around the spark plugs, so when I do a tune-up, I'm not dropping things into the cylinder. As well as cleaned all of the petrified mud off of the vacuum advance distributor, so that can now actuate as needed. It's still cold-blooded as all hell, but yeah, made me feel better. Cleaned up a little bit of wiring. The green line goes to the water temperature sensor, but the entire shaft turns within the main body, so the water temperature sensor is cracked. I do have the heat cover. There's a fiberglass panel that goes over that in the trunk of the car. Missing 2 lug nuts. This fender has the hole for the radio antenna, but the dashboard itself does not even have the option for a radio. So I want to say that is an aftermarket fender that somebody else has oopsied over the years. So I need to get a lock cylinder for the glove box, but that's a pull-out drawer, which is actually really cool. Replace the bucket seats if I can ever find the Nash and AMC had a bench seat bottom with the dual like bucket seat back, so you could split it, so you could tip them forward to let the kids in the back. But I think I'm going to, when I replace the floor pans, I'm going to try and move the seat mounts like 2 inches back, because I'm 6'3". Why I bought myself a Rambler is beyond me, because this is little people cars. So I need to get the badge for the trunk, replace the missing license plate light. I still have the one over here. I don't know if it's wired. Yes, it is. But still doesn't mean it works. It's just there. Get the hubcaps on eBay, get the badges, the lens covers. But I need window seals, windshield gaskets, rear window gasket, just to stop all my rainwater pooling in the trunk. I did just, pump it with black silicone just to essentially plug the gap. I know it's not perfect, but it'll divert a hell of a lot more water than it was. But down in the comments below, if you guys know any other like very reputable AMC, Nash websites, part stores, collectors, hobbyists, car clubs, I mean anything, because I honestly, I know nothing about Rambler. The only reason I bought this 1960 American was my grandparents had a 58 when they got married. So I figured it was high time a Rambler graced the family again. But I need window gaskets, bezels, knobs, switches, interiors, seat skeletons, anything and everything, because all these little bits and bobs are the things that stores don't carry. I need the rubber escutcheon for the passenger door. I do have the window crank, but like I'm missing every cotter pin, and the guy just dropped finishing nails in all of it. So nice. Window gaskets, belt window tracks, sides and bottom. I need all the stuff like that. So I'm going to get some Scotch-Brite or something, maybe a little razor blade, and try to get this silver paint off I think it's on the inside of the window actually. Yeah. So it looks like someone spray paint rattle canned the dash. But I got this silver band all the way along the bottom of my windshield. So I'm going to try and clean up the glass a little bit. I got black specks all over this one. So I want to say it's overspray from the roof. So whoever painted the car, I mean, what do you want to call it? It's one of those 50-50 cars. I mean, it looks really sharp from 50 feet away, or as it was doing 50 down the street. But like once you get up close to it and the doors shut, you can tell like the door panel doesn't match the rear panel. That's more red. The door comes out more purple, Merlot, burgundy, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. It's a pretty solid little car. I do need floor pans. That is probably the big ticket item. Upholstery, I'm not too worried about. I can get that done any little local shop. But battery tray, carburetor rebuild kits, that I can probably look into. Find the parts online. But blinker bezels, battery trays, window tracks, window gaskets, windshield gasket, badges, all of the little things that button up a car. That's the stuff I'm missing. So cylinder locks, I need a trunk lock, I need a glove box lock. Both of these reflectors this one's at least here, but it's all cracked and faded. The one on the driver's side is completely smashed out. I don't even know if you can replace just the reflector, if you got to replace the entire chrome. door panels, escutcheons, door gaskets. I need the rubber gasket that goes around the trunk. So, anything and everything. If you guys have any parts, any websites, you can always send me a message here on YouTube. Leave it in the comment section. I figured I'd give you a walk around while I'm taking a break from fluids. So I need to go and buy some .3 for the reservoir and fill up the back axle. See if I can put in some stop leak or something just to limp it along until I get the back axle rebuilt, resealed. But that's the update on the Rambler. So I will catch you guys later. Peace.